Well, good evening, everybody. This is Tenacious Earl with Game 9 for Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Angels. We're at Angel Stadium for this night game. May 11th, 2016 is the virtual date. The Orioles at 4-4, the Angels at 3-5. They're going to face off. Baltimore going to try to sweep the series. They're up 2-0. It'll be Yovani Gallardo pitching for the Orioles. He lost his first start, but he did have a 2.45 ERA in that outing. So after that outing, so not a bad outing from him. But I believe he was up against the Marlins, maybe, and it didn't go so well. So, and then Garrett Richards will pitch for the Angels. We'll see if it's another Halo victory or if it will be one for the O's. So Richards, he did win his first start, and this will likely be his final start of the season, because in real life he got injured, and there's some innings limits. I mean, if you look here, he had 6 starts. If you divide that by 3, since this is a third of a season, that means 2 starts, and so this is likely going to be it for him, unless there are some other injuries or whatnot. So, I'm going to real quick bring up the chat window, and we will get going. Good conditions here for the night game. Rolled a 2 on the D20 on the weather effects, and so it's going to be 4s for singles and 8s for home runs. So, not great conditions, but great conditions for Angel Stadium. So the lineup for the Orioles, J.J. Hardy will lead off at short. Rickard in left, Machado third base, Trumbo right field, Chris Davis first, Jones in center, Matt Wieters catching, Scope at second base, and Gallardo pitching. The only change in the lineup, Caleb Joseph, the backup catcher, had those responsibilities in the previous game. And this time it'll be the starter, Wieters. So I'm going to get my... I was going to go by standing up here, but I'm going to get my chair settled and ready to go. Okay, so here we go. Hi Beatles, hi Derek, hi Steve, and hi Tyler. Hope you guys are all having a great Friday. The weekend is here. All right, just zoom it in a little bit here. There. Okay, so both pitchers righties, and it'll be Richards on the mound first to face J.J. Hardy. And that's a 1-8, and he is going to immediately have a good swing at this. It's going to be a double for Hardy. So right away, runner on second, nobody out. Joey Rickard. Where did that go? Oh, it landed down there. All right. There you go. 2-7. Fly ball to center, and that'll be the first out. And Hardy, no stolen base threats, so not that the Orioles do much base thievery. Manny Machado, 2 on the D20. We check, because it's a 4 on the D6, we check for passed ball. That is Perez. He is a 1. It's a 7, so no passed ball. 1-3. Ground ball to first. The runner will advance on that, as Pujols will take it to the bag. High statistician. 2 outs. Mark Trumbo. And a 6-11. Garrett Richards, a 6-7, will be a trouble spot for him. Against a righty, 6-11, ground ball to third. And that will be Escobar, who heaves it across the diamond in time to get the lumbering Trumbo, no runs in the top of the first. So for the Angels, a couple changes in their lineup. Cliff Pennington gets the day off, although he's not really the day off. He got a start last game. He's the backup at this point of the season. Javitella gets most of the starts. Daniel Nava got sent down. And so Rafael Ortega came up, and we're going to use him in this game since he's a lefty against Gallardo. So Simmons at short, Escobar at third, Calhoun right, Trout center field, cleanup. Pujols at first this game, Javitella second base, Carlos Perez catching, Ortega in left, and Richards on the mound. Richards got hurt game one. Well, he's a 6'7", so he is bound to get hurt. But even if he doesn't, I think this is going to be it for him. 5'11" against a righty. Lucky for Gallardo, it was 5'11", not 6'11". That's his injury rule. So fly ball to left field X. That will be Rickard. He is a 2E4. And the 17 and a 10, he's going to make the play. 1 out. Yunel Escobar. And he's going to get a single. Game 1, first inning. Yeah, that's impressive right there. That's one that makes you want to pull your hair out. Because then you got to do all sorts of juggling the rest of the game. Cole Calhoun, Escobar at first, and they're not holding him on. With 1 out, they're not going to try hitting and running. Just going to go ahead, and if it's a double play, it's a double play. 6'8", 20 on the D20. 6'8" against a lefty, and that's a walk. We'll move the runner up to second. Hi, Tribe fan. Oh, he's stuck on the train. Well, that sucks. Mike Trout against a righty, 4-6, and that's a single to right. With a runner on second, Escobar have to decide if he's going to try to come home. 1-10. Right fielder is Trumbo, a 0 arm. They weren't holding Escobar at second, so that makes him a 11. They're going to hold him. Brings up Pujols with bases loaded. Hi, Manny. Bases loaded. 1 out. They're going to play with the infield back. They want to turn 2 on Pujols here if they can. That's a 1-10. Potential single here, but it's 1-4. 1-4 single. Otherwise, it'll be a line out to short. And it's a line out straight at Hardy, and that's the second out. It's going to bring up Johnny Giavitella with a chance maybe to rake in something. Strat night instead of pinball night. Well, works for me. 4-4 against a right, or 4-3 against a righty. Fly ball to right field. Trumbo, this is a potential problem child for the Orioles. 5E11. With the bases loaded, this is not the guy you want to hit a fly ball X to. And it's a 6. And that is going to be a double. And that's going to score at least 2 runs. Actually, it will score exactly 2 runs. It's a double 2. And 14 on the E11. Let's just double check here. 14E11. No error. But I think the double 2 is just 2 base advance. So 2 runs will score. Giavitella finds the hole in front of and to the left of Trumbo. He can't get there. 2 runs across. And 6 batter. And so that's 2-0 Angels. Bottom of the first. 2 outs. 2 out rally here. And Carlos Perez, second and third. And a 3-8. And he strikes out, and that will end the inning. Not before 2 runs come across. Antonelli. I'm going to have to check that out. We went to, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this. We went here tonight for dinner, Mission Barbecue. Pretty good stuff. It's military themed. I think they donate some of their profits to the USO. So great place to go on a weekend that's to celebrate independence and other stuff. Oh, some of you are friends with me on Facebook, so you would have seen that already. That's but it's not fake news. 6-8, ground ball to second. So that'll be Javatella 4 E10, 16 and 8. Let's check the E10. 16 will be an out. So it's going to be the out. 4-3, 1 out. Javatella, a nice play. Had to die for that one. 1 down, Adam Jones. And that's going to be a ground ball to short on the 3-9. And Simmons with the routine play. 2 outs, Matt Wieters. How about that? Well, we got to re-roll that little guy. Almost did it again. 2-8. And that's another ground ball to Simmons. 1-2-3. The Angels trying to salvage the 3rd game of this series. So far, so good. Rafael Ortega against Gallardo. 2-8. Fly ball to left field. Under it is Rickard. And that's the first out. Here is Gallardo. Or no, not Gallardo. It's Richards. 4-6. He's batting from the right side. And that's going to be a single for Richards. I'm surprised he didn't stub his toe on that one, because he seems kind of injury prone. Brings up Andrelton Simmons. He flew out to left in his first at bat. That's a 2-6. And he'll fly out to left a second time. And the runner will have to hold 2 outs. The Angles? No. Yunel Escobar. And that's a 3-11. And that's a ground ball to first. Tough play there for Davis, but he underhands it to Gallardo, and they get out of that. They do give up a single, but no runs to show for it for the Angels. How about that? So going to the 3rd. The Angles. Guys, quit being so obtuse with your references here and stuff. 3-11. Ballpark home run for Scope. 1-8 would get them on the board. And it's going to stay in the park. That'll be a fly ball that Rafael Ortega gets to. That's the first out. And it'll be the... Yeah, it's not acute. 6-3 for Gallardo. So he's batting from the right side. That is a fly ball to left. That'll be Ortega, a 3-E10. And that is leaning just ever so slightly, so we're going to re-roll it. Should have left it that way. It's not going to do them any favors. That's a double. And 9. That doesn't feel right, but we'll stick with it. J.J. Hardy. Yeah. Well, they had all these little... well, I'll tell you in a second. I got to stick to this. So Gallardo at second base with 1 out. 3-11. And that's a tall pop-up. It's going to go behind the plate and stay in play. Perez gets that. There are these like little... like... If you have the side angle side, you can, it was called the SAS, like relationship. You could determine one side if you had the other two, you had the side and the angle next to it or something like that. I remember my geometry teacher saying that you can't, there's no such thing as the angle side-side relationship. So if you can do the math on that. So Rickard with 2 outs. Against a righty, 6'10", a 6'7" is the problem. 6'10" is going to be a catcher X. Might get them out of this. Perez, 2E2. 2 and 9 on the catcher's chart is a passed ball, potentially. And an 11 on the E2 is not going to be a problem. So we go to Richards' wild pitch. Oh, this might be a passed ball after all. 1 to 19. It's an 18, so Gallardo will be able to advance on the passed ball, and Rickard remains at bat. Two outs, and that's a 1. Uh-oh, we might get sort of a promulgation of things. Another wild pitch roll, and it's right on the money. Boy, if Garrett Richards had been any better, if he would have been 2 clicks better, he wouldn't have had either of those. But instead, the run comes home on the wild pitch. So a passed ball and then a wild pitch. How is that for a coincidence? Yeah, I remember reading about that. Someone posted it somewhere, and they got corrected because it wasn't on the strikeout. It was on the error. And a 2-4 fly ball to left, and so it was fortunate that they were able to get the run home on that sequence of catching and pitching blunders, because they would have come away with nothing had I guess Ryan Braun's getting the day off in real life today. So Cole Calhoun against Gallardo here. Bottom of the third, 2-1 Angels. The Orioles kind of get a gift run there. And that's a single for Calhoun. He's been on twice. They will not hold on Calhoun. Here is Mike Trout. Singled in his first at bat. And a 3-6. That's a 1-4 single. Pretty unlikely. 20% chance. And he gets the 20% chance. First and second. Nobody out. That brings up Albert Pujols. He lined out with the bases loaded. That's a 3-12. Ballpark home run check. Could be a 3-run home run if you get a 1-8. Is it going to work? No, it does not. That will be a fly ball to left. That will be caught. Runners will have to hold. 1 out. Javitella doubled and drove in the 2 runs that the Angels have scored so far. 5-3 against a right-hander. Another ballpark home run chance. Javitella against a righty is normal power. So again, this 1-8 chance, we haven't had one come through yet. Will it be this time? And let's check. It is maybe gone. Oh, and it's not Angels Stadium, it's Angel Stadium. But, all right. So it's the bottom range. It's the high range. So it's going to be left field. And the left field is 5 feet tall. So definitely this could be a robbing situation. Left fielder is Rickard. He's a 2. Big A. So he's a 2. So it's going to help the Orioles here. 1-7 is a home run. 8-20 is an out. And it's gone. Javitella cranks one out. He has 5 runs batted in on the game. He's going to drive in Calhoun and Trout. 5-1 now in favor of the Angels. Johnny G with the big game here so far. And with the bases clear, 1 out, it's going to be Carlos Perez. Yovani Gallardo having a bit of a struggle here. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. And Davis will underhand it to Gallardo, covering. 2 outs. Ortega. That's a ground ball to short. And Hardy will throw to first. And side is retired. But 3 runs come across. And it's 5-1. Turning into a bit of a shellacking here, and the Orioles need to get to Richards. They did get 1 run off of him, but all because of that double roll and then the pitching problems. 2-6. Well, there you go. That could be a leadoff double for Machado. 1-16. He gets it. So Trumbo with the runner at second. 0 for 1. And that's a 2-3. The right column for him, but that's going to be a ballpark single chance. Not a good park for those. 1-4. It's a 7. That'll be a line out to short. Simmons has to be quick on that one to get it. 1 out. Chris Davis. And a 6-6 against a lefty. Almost that. That's a walk. Almost the 6-7, which is his. Wait. Against a lefty, 6-6, still a walk. Okay. First and second, 1 out. Adam Jones, 5-8 against a righty. And that's going to go to the wall. That's a double for Jones. Machado scores easily. Chris Davis with 1 out will hold at third. Not much speed. So second and third with 1 out, it'll be Matt Wieters. 5-2, and they're looking for more. And that's a 1-6, and a 1-6 is a fly ball to left B. And with a question mark. So left fielder's Ortega -1 arm. Davis gets to add, so it's 1-13 chance. They're going to send him. And here is the throw. He is thrown out, and that will end the inning. Huge arm there from Ortega. And Perez applies the tag, and he is out by a mile. No chance for Davis. They do get 1 run. It's 5-2, but seemed like the right thing to do to send the runner, but sometimes the numbers just don't add up. So it'll be Richards here. That'll be a foul out to the catcher for the first out. Next up is Andrelton Simmons. He's flown out to left both times he's been up. 4-9 against a righty. Fly ball to right this time. He's put it in the outfield each time, but can't be lucky enough to find a gap. And here is Escobar with 2 outs. He's singled and he's grounded out. And he strikes out this time. 1-2-3 inning for Gallardo. Kind of needed that. He was starting to labor a bit. But the real danger man today has been Johnny Giavotella. Double home runs, 5 runs batted in, all 5 runs for the Angels, and it's going to be Scope leading off. And this may be, I don't know, it might be it for Gallardo unless Scope gets on. And he is going to get on. 1-7 a double, otherwise a single. That'll be a single. So they can have Gallardo provide a productive out. He's going to be a C bunter after they account for his they're gonna play the infield in, which means he is a C bunter and a C8, and he will successfully move the runner up to second base. They bunted at the first baseman, and his only play, that's Pujols, as to take it to first. J.J. Hardy, runner at second. A 2-7, and he strikes out. Unlucky roll there. Had singles between them. That's going to bring up Joey Rickard. Runner in scoring position. They could use that 2-5 or maybe the 2-9. But it's a 2-2, and that's going to be a sharp shot, but right at Escobar, which ends the inning, and they leave another guy on. halfway through the fifth, 5-2 Los Angeles on top. Cole Calhoun. And that's going to be a tall pop that stays within the confines, and that will be caught by Wieters for the first out, Mike Trout. 6-10. 6-11's the trouble one. So against a righty, 6-10. Ground ball to short. Hardy 2-E8. And the 2 and the 6. And then a 6 on the E8. And that'll be an out. 2 down. Hardy makes a fine play on that one. And it'll be Pujols. And that's a 3-10. Ballpark home run. This has not come up for Pujols yet. 1-8. But it's going to be another fly ball out. Pujols has had 3 splits on the ballpark chances, and they've all come up with outs. So another 1-2-3 for Gallardo. He could have used that in a couple of the other innings. I'm going to stand up now. So we are going to the 6th, and it is 5-2, still in favor of the Angels. So yeah, well, let's move on here. Richards, so far so good, trying to avoid that 6-7 injury roll, and of course now that I mention it, that's a 4-7 against a righty, and he gets the better of Machado on that at bat. 1 out. Mark Trumbo against a righty, 5-5, and Trumbo gets aboard with some patience. So Chris Davis now, sure could use a dinger here. But that's a 2-9, and that's going to be another strikeout for Richards. That is only his second on the game, third on the game. He got that one up there. My bad. Adam Jones, 1 for 2 with a double. He drove in Machado in his last at bat. D20 is 18. 3-7, and another strikeout. He strikes out the side with that walk sandwich between, as you can see here. And so we will go to the bottom of the 6th. Still with 5-2. Baltimore just can't get the hits strung together too much. And Gallardo, he's a fifth inning was his potential weakness inning. Well, he went 1-2-3, so he's still okay. Hi, Larry Harris. How you doing, man? Against a righty, 4-8. And Giavotella is going to be 3 for 3 after this one on the 4-8. 1-5 would be a triple, and guess what that would mean? But it's a 14. That'll be a double. If he had gotten a triple out of that, he would have been a single away from the cycle. Carlos Perez. He's going to lay down a surprise bunt here. He's an A bunter. A4. And he does get the runner over on the sacrifice. So catcher's taking it to first base, far enough out there that Giavotella scurries over, and so with 1 out, that is a sack. Gonna bring up Rafael Ortega, see if he can get that run home. They're gonna play the infield in. 4-4 against a lefty. Ground ball to third base, X. So the infield is in, and that is Machado, 1E10. And, well, I've been playing those as leaning. I'm going to re-roll this. 15. 115 is going to be a G1. And I don't think a 9 on the 10 is an error. Nope. So let's take a look at G1 infield in. I believe that will just be the runner has to hold. Runner at third, batter, and that means runner is advanced only if forced. So the runner will have to hold. And that brings up Garrett Richards with 2 outs. And somehow Giavotella has done it. Done 2 doubles and a home run. I'm trying to think here. You wouldn't sack with Perez if you weren't intending to take the pitcher out, right? I kind of feel like you stick with Richards here. He's pitching pretty well. Well, they're going to get him out of here. So, let's see. Their bullpen. They're going to get Cam Bedrosian working, and they're going to try and bring in someone who has a chance to bring this run home. And it's going to be, it'll be C.J. Cron. So a bit of an early exit here for Richards, but they'd love to get an insurance run. And so here we go. Cron against Gallardo. Runner at third, 2 outs. And that's a 4-9 against a righty. And it's a fly ball to right field. That's not going to get the run home. That will be the final out of the inning. And the Angels will be going to their bullpen. They leave the runner stranded, and it's going to be Cam Bedrosian. And he has a propensity to get injured, so we're going to the 7th. Richards went 6 innings. And you can imagine Gallardo will be pinch hit for here in this inning. Okay. So Wieters against Bedrosian. 3-6. And that's going to be a line out right at Giavotella, the star of the game so far. And that's the first out. Jonathan Scope. And 2-7. He strikes out. Bedrosian with 2 outs quickly. And they will, the Orioles are going to get, so it's the top of the order. That's going to be Simmons, a righty. They're going to have Darren O'Day. Actually, no, not O'Day. We're going to have Dylan Bundy working in the pen. And to pinch hit for Gallardo, they will have Hyun-Soo Kim with 2 outs. So here we go, 2 outs, Kim at the plate. And against the lefty, 5-4, ground ball to third base. Escobar, 4E25, 4 and an 8. He is able to get to that, and 13 on E25 is a 1-base error, so E5 reaches. Hi, Ken. So with it 5-2, Runner at first, 2 outs. It's going to be J.J. Hardy with a chance to possibly do some damage here. Not really damage, but at least extend this inning and maybe get a chance for someone with some pop to come up. 2-9. That's a ground ball to short, and Simmons makes the play. Nothing really happening here for the Orioles. And Bedrosian gets her done. 7th inning stretch, 5-2 Angels. Dylan Bundy will come in for the Orioles to pitch. He may get more than 1 inning here since he's a long reliever. Baltimore, Bundy is a 6-12. 6 innings for Gallardo. In so far a losing effort, and he cannot win the game. He can only lose. And so Simmons will lead off against Bundy. Dylan, don't call me Al Bundy. Pig! 5-2. Ballpark home run, but against a righty, he's weak. So it'll be 1-8 a single. And it's going to be a line out to short. Yunel Escobar against a righty, 6-5. Ground ball to short. Hardy 2-8. And he will make the play. Cole Calhoun. He is batting .500 for the game, 1 for 2, and a walk. 6-8 against the lefty, and that's a fly ball to left. And Bundy, he's holding them in there, 1-2-3 inning. It's not the 5 touchdowns against whoever, but I forget what Al his legacy was. So the Angels go into the 8th. They're going to bring in Jose Alvarez to face... No, they got righties coming up, so... It's going to be Mike Morin. Morin is a 6-12. So we're going to the top of the 8th, 5-2 Angels. Mike Morin in to try and set up Houston Street for the save. And it'll be Rickard to face Morin. He is 0 for 3, and that's a 3-12. Ground ball to short, and he is 0 for 4 on the game. The old big 0. Here is Manny Machado. 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. 4-5 against a righty. Ground ball to short. Simmons, 1E14. And he will make the play. Let me double check the 14. 14 and a 7. Yeah, no problem. I should know that. But 2 outs. Mark Trumbo. He is 0 for 2. He did reach on a walk. And a 3-7. 1-10 would be a double. And no such luck. A fly ball that Trout is able to flag down. And Morin with a perfect 8th inning. And let's see. I'm just checking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 hits so far for the Orioles going to the bottom of the 8th. Bundy will stay in. He's going to face Trout, Pujols, and Javatella, the man of the hour. So Mike Trout, 2 for 3. Not a bad line, except when you look down 2 spots below him. Against a righty, 4-6, and he draws a walk, so that's not so good for the visiting team. He's going to try to get a lead here, 5 or 6. Dylan Bundy not good at holding the runner, and Wieters is he's a -2 arm, so it's a +4. It's an 8, so he does not get the good lead. Pujols, they're going to hit and run. Makes him an A because they're holding him on. A hit and run. A6. It's an 11 on the D20 if you were wondering. And so it's a 2, so that means we look off the chart. A6, ground ball to second. Breaks up the double play as Trout is in there way ahead of the throw, of any throw that could be given. So here's Javitella. If he can go 4 for 4, they might get an insurance run and make it so Morin stays in there for a potential save, and that's a 1 on the D20. That's a good thing because it was a fly ball to center otherwise. So potential wild pitch, but Bundy is a 0 wild pitch rating. So continue the at bat. 4-11 against a righty. Ballpark home run. Normal power for Javitella. Oh my goodness, is he going to do this? This would be the game of Javitella's life, perhaps. 1 to 8 would be a home run, and he would go 4 for 4 with 7 runs batted in. Will he do it? It is gone. What in heaven's name is going on here? This is like... I mean, the dude got optioned, I think, in 2016. He's like vanishes from the team part the way into the year. 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 dingers, 7 runs batted in, and what a day for Javitella. And what a day for the Angels. Now 7-2. And here's Carlos Perez. Bundy gives up a dinger. And the Orioles are going to get their bullpen going here. It'll be... Brad Brock will get up. So that's a 4-10 against a righty. Ballpark single, 1 to 4. It's going to be a line out to shortstop Hardy, and 2 outs. Rafael Ortega, they will let Bundy face him, even though he is a lefty. 1-7, ground ball to short. Ends the inning, but 2 more runs. And the Angels will leave Morin in here. He is still considered a save situation in the majors, so he is able to earn a save if he can get through this inning. So Chris Davis against Morin. 4-11 against a lefty, and that's going to be a hit. 1 would be a double. It's a 2. So that's a single for Davis. Brings up Adam Jones. Let's see. They're not going to hold him on, which Morin is a -6 hold. So there's really no way that Davis can take a bag here. I'm going to give him defense. I'm going to give him indifference, even though there's no way to really mark it in the game. Adam Jones against a righty, 6-6, and that's a strikeout. 1 down. Matt Wieters. 7 on the D20, if you were wondering. 5-9, batting from the left side. Another strikeout. 2 down. And Jonathan Scope, last chance here for the Orioles. Top of the 9th. It is 7-2. Angels, they need something to keep this game going. 6-4 against a righty. Fly ball to center field. Trout. 1E5. That's a place that those fly balls go to die. And well, that's a let's see, 15 on the E5. Will he get to it? Will he get to it? I mean, he's gotten to it. Will he make the catch? E5 and a, what did I say, 15? 5 and 15. He makes the play. The ball game is over. The Angels take game 3. and stave off a sweep by the Orioles. Orioles unable to pick up a run there in the ninth. It is going to be 7-2 your final. Nice outing from Garrett Richards. Yeah, drive home safely, everybody. Just another Halo victory. Yeah. No injuries. Even though Garrett Richards, I think what we will have to say here is that he is going to experience some tightness in his shoulder, and whatever happened to him in real life, it pretty much did him in for a long time. So I don't know what exactly happened to him, but he's going to be out, and you know, I really just have to honor that. So hey, a 45-minute game, guys. That's pretty good. Hopefully my detractors are pleased by that timing. Not that I really care too much. Gallardo gets the loss. Morin a save, and Bedrosian should get a hold out of that too, all things considered. So yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. I guess a lot of times what I don't do is just keep focused, and sometimes I get some distractions from outside the room here. But all in all, I think it's just a matter of keeping first things first. I mean, I hope you guys don't mind having to kind of entertain yourselves during the game, but I think when it comes right down to it, that's how it's best served, so that you know, so everybody's best served, if you know what I mean. People that are watching it after the fact, and for you guys, I do try to keep tabs on things, but you know, you guys know you can comment. You guys know that there's a Facebook page. You can always comment about videos if you've got questions. A lot of times you guys just do send questions in on, you know, Facebook page. Anybody who checks out Facebook and hasn't gone to the page, I mean, people post stuff about their projects. I mean, we're just here to encourage each other. And again, like with the feedback, I got a feedback on yesterday's video, which I think, you know, there was nothing. I think it was more talking about previous videos. I don't consider there to be anything negative about that, as far as, you know, the attitude towards that or the other one, really. I mean, the first one that I got was a little on the a little snide, but it's okay. I mean, I think the spirit of it is constructive, and I would like to take some. I'd like to be a little more focused on the game. And I mean, this is a game, you know, 7-2, not too many runs. You know, you lose a pitcher in the third inning, and you're going to have some additional innings. You know, you go 11 innings, it's going to be a long game. But you know, I just need to, you know, we need to respect the people who watch after the fact, and I respect the people who have given feedback. Especially, I mean, you guys here who are in the room currently, you guys have given some good feedback too, and I don't want to change too much my style, but I think there's ways to kind of shorten the gaps and help things move along. So anyway, I hope everybody has some plans for the 4th this weekend. If not, that's fine too. But you know, I hope your community or a community near you has some fireworks or a carnival or who knows what. I mean, there's lots of stuff that happens. Monday we are going to the Wilmington Blue Rocks game. They're going to have fireworks there. The Wilmington Blue Rocks have fireworks on, well, they have them tonight, they have them Sunday night, and they have them Monday night. So that's really nice. Going to take the kids. Nice Ken. Nice Larry. Yeah, that's a golf is a fine thing to do any day of the week. But plumbing cleanup. Yeah, I've had some plumbing things that have been okay. I had to replace a toilet there. playing gigs in Netherlands. What kind of gigs? What do you play there, Beatles? I myself, I play electric guitar. Got a Les Paul. Keyboard player and singer. Nice. So, is this kind of like Dennis DeYoung kind of keyboard and singer? You know, like I'm sailing away, setting open cars for the Virgin Sea. Remember, if anybody watched South Park, that British invasion from Beatles to Blacks. Okay, well, that's not Styx. Definitely not Styx. Yeah, well, yeah, that is. So does that mean like Deep Purple? That sounds like some fun music to play. Yeah, good stuff. Stones, Cream, maybe Blind Faith. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Richie Blackmore. It's that's what we're talking about. Maybe some Zeppelin, although they don't have a ton of keyboard, but oh, I know it Sticks, but Dennis DeYoung was the singer on that song. He got in a rift with the band, and then he did a song called yeah, Friday Night Drags. Nice. What I love is the dirt track racing. So I want to take my son to a couple of dirt tracks around here. We have the one I grew up at. I mean, my dad used to do. He used to weld on the cars. He would sell his services for welding at this dirt track, and so he'd be busy all night, and we'd get to sit in the stands and watch. You know, for partly that's how he was paid, partly, and it was just a great time. You know, just got all sorts of clay and stuff just flying in the air. You get these, you know, modified cars just blasting away. They're loud, smell great. 8th Mile. Yeah, ours is the one that we used to go to. It's called Woodhull Raceway. It's in a small town in New York. Also has a really good little cheese factory there. But this is like a paperclip, this racetrack. Banked, tight turns. Usually the outside line is better than the inside, I would say. But the good guys can really get the grip on that inside line. But Ken, Beck, Bogart, and Pice. Nice. I don't know. I'm familiar with Jeff Beck. I don't know about the other two guys, but I assume that's not Humphrey. Beatles eternally is like, you idiot. What are you talking about? But, all right. I'm going to wrap up here. I hear my son out. Probably has some questions. He has some. Is Jerry in here? I don't think he is. So Jerry gave me some cards, and I let my son use a few of them. I think one's the Braves, and like the first, he had a home run from Hank Aaron, and it was like he didn't realize Hank Aaron used to, before Bonds ruined that. Jerry's taking a nap. I shouldn't have said that, Larry. Now you're in trouble. No, he didn't realize that before Barry ruined that record, that Hank had the record. But anyway, all right, I'm going to sign off because I don't want this video to drone on and on. So thanks for watching, everybody. Like the videos if you really like this. It helps to support our channel. Also, if you would subscribe, you'll get all the updates on the channel when things go. Beatles Eternally have some great shows. You know, always fun to play out. And strat on, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll probably be back tomorrow for a game or two. So thanks a lot. Take it easy, and again, strat on.